The Senate will come to order. Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President. And members and guests, will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Balmer, Baumgardner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill, Hodge, Holbert, John, Johnston,
Excused.
Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez Jimenez, Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel, Scott, Sonnenberg, Stedman, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here. 34 present, 0 absent, 1 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Scott.
Mr. President, I move that the reading of the Journal of March 2nd be dispensed with and the Journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Journal is approved. Committee reports.
March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1055 be referred to Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 137 be amended as follows, and as so amended, refer to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. March 2nd, 2015, Mr. President, the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology has had under consideration as that hearing on the following appointment and recommends that the appointment be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Member of the Statewide Internet Portal Authority for a term expiring June 1st, 2018, Mary Kay Hogan of Denver, Colorado, as a representative of the private sector, reappointed. March 2nd, 2015, Mr. President, the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointment and recommends the appointment be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Member of the Pinnacle Assurance Board of Directors, effective January 1st, 2015, for a term expiring January 1st, 2020, Mark David Goodman of Denver, Colorado, an employer whose liability is insured by Pinnacle Assurance, appointed. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 182 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1070 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1094 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation to be placed on the consent calendar. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1137 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 2nd, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1174 be referred to committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends following. House Bill 1034 be referred to committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 186 be amended as follows and as so amended before the committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 188 be referred to committee of the whole with favorable recommendation. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 189 be amended as follows and as so amended before the committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 187 be referred to committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 191 be referred to committee of the whole with favorable recommendation. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 190 be referred to the committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 3rd, 2015, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the mayor's committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 110 be amended as follows and as so amended before the committee of the whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar.
Senate Services.
March 3rd, 2015, correctly engrossed, Senate Bill 171, correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bill 138, correctly revised, House Bills 1010, 1028, 1059, 1062, and 1071, correctly re-revised, House Bills 1022, 1031, 1064, and 1069.
Introduction of bills.
Senate Bill 192 by Senator Aguilar and Representative Joshi concerning the provision of a therapeutic alternate drug selection to patients residing in certain long-term care facilities.
Senate Bill 192 is assigned to Health and Human Services.
Senate Bill 193 by Senators Neville and Newell and Representatives Tate and Tyler concerning the consolidation of two reports that the statewide Internet Portal Authority is required to submit to the members of the General Assembly.
Senate Bill 193 is assigned to Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 194 by Senators Neville and Newell and Representatives Tate and Tyler concerning the Board of Directors of the statewide Internet Portal Authority.
Senate Bill 194 is assigned to Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 195 by Senator Stedman and Representative Hamner concerning appropriating to the Department of Corrections monies generated as savings from the awarding of achievement earned time to inmates.
Senate Bill 195 is assigned to Judiciary.
Senate Bill 196 by Senator Marble and Representative Lebsaw concerning measures to ensure industrial hemp remains below a delta-9 tetrahydrocarbonol concentration of no more than 0.3% on a dry weight basis.
Senate Bill 196 is assigned to Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 197 by Senators Crowder and John and Representatives Fields and Willett concerning the prescriptive authority of advanced practice nurses.
Senate Bill 197 is assigned to Health and Human Services.
Senate Bill 198 by Senator Crowder and Representative Vigil concerning modifications to the Colorado Water Conservation Board's following pilot program and in connection therewith expanding the program to allow an agricultural water right owner to lease an agricultural water right for temporary agricultural, environmental, industrial, or recreational use.
Senate Bill 198 is assigned to Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 199 by Senator Sonnenberg and Representative Vigil concerning the continuation of the funding for the Habitat Partnership Program in the Division of Parks and Wildlife.
Senate Bill 199 is assigned to Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 200 by Senator Kerr concerning increased consumer protections in student lending for education loans.
Senate Bill 200 is assigned to Education.
Senate Bill 201 by Senators Kerr and Hill and Representatives Young and Wilson concerning the delivery of quality online education within the public elementary and secondary education system.
Senate Bill 201 is assigned to State Veterans and Military Affairs.
House Bill 1008 by Representative Hamner and Senator Roberts concerning the classification of agricultural land when the land is destroyed by a natural cause.
House Bill 1008 is assigned to Local Government.
House Bill 1035 by Representative Fields and Senator Cook concerning changes to crime victim compensation.
House Bill 1035 is assigned to Judiciary.
House Bill 1111 by Representative McCain and Senator Crowder concerning the creation of a maternal mortality committee in the Department of Public Health and Environment.
House Bill 1111 is assigned to Health and Human Services, Finance, and Appropriations.
House Bill 1134 by Representative Quorum and Senator Cook concerning the new vehicle exemption for emissions testings of heavier diesel vehicles with a model year that is no older than 2014 and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
House Bill 1134 is assigned to transportation.
House Bill 1145 by Representative Rankin and Senator Hodge concerning the regulation of radioactive materials and in connection therewith implementing the audit report issued by the Federal Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
House Bill 1145 is assigned to health and human services.
House Bill 1150 by Representative Rankin and Senator Grantham concerning annual Tier 2 transfers from the Severance Tax Operational Fund to an existing special account in the general fund established by the Mine Land Reclamation Board for the purpose of funding reclamation of lands that were obligated to be reclaimed under permits upon which financial warranties have been forfeited.
House Bill 1150 is assigned to finance and appropriations.
House Bill 1164 by Representative Pedersen and Senator Kerr concerning the postponement of jury service for a person who is breastfeeding a child.
House Bill 1164 is assigned to judiciary.
House Bill 1166 by Representatives Sane and Arndt and Senator Marble concerning the creation of a tributary groundwater monitoring network in the South Platte River alluvial aquifer and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
House Bill 1166 is assigned to agriculture, natural resources, and energy and appropriations.
House Bill 1182 by Representatives Lontine and Landgraf and Senator Aguilar concerning the expansion of the scope of practice of certified nurse aides to include certain tasks.
House Bill 1182 is assigned to health and human services.
House Bill 1188 by Representatives Ryden and Primavera and Senator Neville concerning clarifications to the state vocational rehabilitation program.
House Bill 1188 is assigned to health and human services.
House Bill 1198 by Representative Foote and Senator Stedman concerning enactment of the 2008 amendments to the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act.
House Bill 1198 is assigned to judiciary.
House Bill 1209 by Representative Tyler and Senator Scott concerning the Highway Maintenance Division of the Department of Transportation.
House Bill 1209 is assigned to transportation. Third reading of bills consent calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title of all the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar?
House Bill 1010 by Representatives Kraft, Arbor, Nordberg, and Senator John concerning a presumption that a trustee has notified a beneficiary when the trustee has adopted a beneficiary notification procedure and in connection therewith clarifying that a trustee may deliver information to beneficiaries electronically. House Bill 1028 by Representative Kaiser and Senator John concerning repeal of the mercantile licensing standards. House Bill 1071 by Representative Kaiser and Senator Hill concerning clarification that following a merger of entities, the surviving entity is entitled to control the pre-merger attorney-client privileges of a constituent entity. Senate Bill 171 by Senator Hill and Representative Moreno concerning the continuation of the Private Occupational Education Act of 1981 and in connection therewith implementing the recommendations of the 2014 Sunset Review by the Department of Regulatory Agencies.
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adopt all the bills listed on the third reading of bills final passage consent calendar, which includes House Bill 1010, House Bill 1028, House Bill 1071, and Senate Bill 171.
Is there further discussion on any of the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar? Are there any no votes on any of those bills? With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1010 is adopted. Co-sponsors. With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1028 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Stedman, Senator Holbert, Senator Grantham, Senator Neville. Co-sponsors. With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1071 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Crowder. With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, Senate Bill 171 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Holbert, Senator Kerr, Senator Todd, Senator Cook, Senator John, Senator Merrifield. Co-sponsors, 171. Senator Grantham. Senator Scott. Senator Martinez-Humenick. Senator Hill, Senator Baumgardner, third reading of bills. Mr. Majors, please read the title to House Bill 1062.
House Bill 1062 by Representatives Melton and Lebsack, Senators Balmer and Sonnenberg concerning increasing the penalties for persons who engage in animal fighting.
Senator Balmer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, members, Senator Sonnenberg and I are honored to move House Bill 1062 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion? Are there any no votes? Senator Lundberg, Senator Woods, Senator Neville, Senator Lambert, Senator Roberts, Senator Baumgardner, Senator Holbert, Senator Marble, with 26 ayes, 8 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1062 is adopted. Co-sponsors, Senator Jones, Senator Donovan, Senator Grantham, Senator Kerr, Senator Martinez-Humenick, Senator Ulibarri, Senator Scott, Senator Todd, Senator Kafalis, Senator Guzman, Senator Heath, Senator Stedman, Senator Newell. Mr. Majors, please read the title to House Bill 1059.
House Bill 1059 by Representative Garnett and Senator Guzman concerning the Board of Directors of the Denver Health and Hospital Authority.
Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1059 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion on House Bill 1059? Senator Aguilar.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. I need to be a 17C on this bill.
Senator Aguilar will be a 17C. Senator, there is an amendment on the desk. Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to request permission to offer a third reading on, to offer an amendment on third reading. It's not really my fault.
You got some splaining to do. Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yesterday, or at least on second reading, I think it was, we passed an amendment. We thought that possibly it was more of a smaller issue in terms of using the word or of. And so we passed that. And we realized that it does make a huge difference. The amendment would read on page 3, line 21, we would strike authority of the board and substitute hospital authority or the board, because it is two different entities. And I think my colleague from, oh, we haven't gotten permission yet. Could we have permission for this amendment on third reading, please? He's soaking it.
Further discussion on the request. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Senator Guzman is afforded the opportunity to offer an amendment on third reading.
All right. Thank you. Move the amendment. Now-
Mr. Majors, please read the title of the amendment.
Amendment L004 to House Bill 10.
Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move L004 to House Bill 1059.
Further discussion. Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'll take responsibility for this. Seeing how I ran the amendment in committee, that was a part of the committee report, and then I ran the amendment on the floor to amend the committee report to change the "or" to an "of," and there has been some differences of opinion as to how the wording was intended between the bill drafter and the guy who ran the amendments. But this does add the most clarity to the process by simply specifying that that it's both the hospital authority or the board rather than the authority of the board. And I'm sure that's as clear as other things that have been said at this mic as well. Vote yes.
Perhaps a hiss is in order. Is there further discussion on the amendment? Are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, and 117C, the amendment is adopted. To the bill. Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1059 as amended on third reading and ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion? Are there any no votes? Senator Marble, Senator Holbert, Senator Woods, Senator Neville, Senator Lambert, Senator Martinez-Humenick, Senator Sonnenberg, Senator Baumgardner, Senator Scott, with 24 ayes, 9 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, 117C, House Bill 1059 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Crowder, Senator Stedman, consideration of governor's appointment consent calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read all the governor's appointments on the consent calendar?
Member of the Hospital Provider Fee Oversight and Advisory Board for a term expiring May 15, 2017, Catherine Jean Ashenfelter of Denver, Colorado, serves as an employee of a hospital in Colorado on occasion by the resignation of Madeline L. Robertson of Greenwood Village, Colorado, appointed. Member of the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees for a term expiring December 31, 2018, Richard Harrison Julie of Colden, Colorado, and unaffiliated, who is not a graduate of the Colorado School of Mines, reappointed. Member of the State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education for a term expiring December 31st, 2015, Byron Nelson McClenny, PhD of Evergreen, Colorado, to serve as a resident of the 2nd Congressional District and as a Democrat, and occasioned by the resignation of Bernadette B. Marquez of Denver, Colorado, appointed.
Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate confirm the governor's appointments listed on the consideration of governor's appointments consent calendar, which includes a member of the Hospital Provider Fee Oversight and Advisory Board, member of the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees, and member of the State Board of Community Colleges and Occupational Education.
Is there any discussion on any of the appointments on the governor's appointments consent calendar? Are there any no votes on any of the appointments? With 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Catherine Jean Ashenfelter is confirmed on the Hospital Provider Fee Oversight and Advisory Board. With 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, Richard Harrison Truly is confirmed on the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees. With 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, Byron Nelson McClenny is confirmed on the State Board of Community Colleges and Occupational Education Board. Message from the governor.
February 26, 2015, to the Honorable Colorado Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred upon me by the constitutional laws of the state of Colorado, I have the honor to designate, reappoint, and submit to your consideration the following members of the Colorado Water Conservation Board. For a term expiring February 12, 2016, John Hawkins McLeod of Gunnison, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the Gunnison and Cumberland Drainage Basin and as an unaffiliated reappointed. For terms expiring February 12, 2018, Phyllis Diane Hopp of Broomfield, Colorado, serves as a representative of the South Platte Drainage Basin and as a Republican reappointed. David H. Ty Wattenberg of Walden, Colorado, serves as a representative of the North Platte Drainage Basin and as a Republican reappointed. Sincerely, John W. Hickenlooper, Governor.
Colorado Water Conservation Commission appointments will be assigned to Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy. Announcements. Senator Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, two things. First of all, there is a Colorado Health Institute briefing tomorrow morning between 7:30 and 9 with breakfast provided. The presentation begins at 8, and it's called Waving Goodbye, Can Colorado Really Rewrite Federal Health Care Laws? And for those of you who have expressed an interest in having Colorado not be part of the Affordable Care Act, this will be a discussion around Section 1332 and what the possibilities might be in terms of opting the state out of provisions of the Affordable Care Act and designing our own health care plan. And I'd encourage you to attend.
Continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. And members, I had hoped that the public health students would be here today, but I wanted to share with you a proclamation that the governor has issued declaring March 3rd, 2015 as Public Health Day. And what it says is, whereas public health service involves preventing disease and promoting good health within small communities or entire countries, and whereas the Colorado Public Health Association educates and engages our citizens and community partners to foster a healthier Colorado for ourselves and generations to come, and whereas strong public health systems are critical for sustaining and improving community health, and whereas a hallmark of Colorado's public health system is extensive and effective collaboration among a wide range of public and private sector partners so as to promote health in all policies, and whereas public health professionals are the guides of this system, helping communities throughout Colorado promote and protect the health of their residents and visitors, and whereas the Colorado Public Health Association is committed to ensuring that Colorado families are healthy, therefore I, John W. Hickenlooper, Governor of the State of Colorado, do hereby proclaim after March 3rd, 2015 as Public Health Day in the state of Colorado. Members, public health has actually been responsible for a lot of the great advances in our life expectancy here in the United States, and it began years ago with clean water and methods of dealing with our sewage, and it continues today in terms of things like vaccinations and protections against bad air and water quality. And so I encourage you, when you see the public health students around today, and thanking them for the service to our state and the health of our population. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Crowder.
Request a moment of personal privilege, Mr.
Granted.
Thank you all. You know, we have another treat today. I have some students here, and the individual who brought them here, they're basically from Manzanola. They're high school students on the Colorado Close-Up. Yeah, I'm from Manzanola originally, and this is quite a treat and an honor for me to introduce to you these individuals from Manzanola. Manzanola is roughly 36 miles east of Pueblo. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present some elite from southeastern Colorado, from Manzanola. If you folks would stand up and greet them with me and help them warm welcome. Thank you.
Further announcements. Senator Newell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted members to remind you that the other day you received a notice on your desk that Senator Sonnenberg and I are inviting you to a discussion this Thursday, which is managing water for natural disaster prevention, strategies for preserving our state's natural beauty in the face of fire, flood, and drought. We have a couple of guest speakers who are coming to join us on Thursday at lunchtime. And one is by the Denver Post in 2013, called him one of Colorado's top thinkers. He's Adam Brock, and I have heard speak before. He's phenomenal. And then also Jason Gerhardt. So we wanted to invite you to this. If you can RSVP by the end of today, or tonight, that would be awesome. Then we could count you in on a lunch for that day. And that's Thursday, the 5th at noon. And if you need another one of these flyers, just let us know. Thank you.
Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a good day for, a good week for water. Obviously, we have a water lunch Thursday. I want to also tell you about a water lunch Wednesday as well. The Colorado Foundation for Water Education will have their annual legislative lunch Wednesday in room 356. You can learn how policymakers and elected officials are involving the public in Colorado's water plan. It will be a good educational lunchtime. We can actually, on this one, Wednesday, there's no RSVP needed. Just show up. We will have lunch for you. So Wednesday and Thursday, good days for water.
Senator Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Also, another event this evening is the National Conference of Environmental Legislators at 6 at Hamburger Mary's. The leadership will be in town. This is a bipartisan organization that looks into environmental issues, and everybody is welcome to learn more about NCEL.
Further announcements? Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, having voted on the prevailing side of House Bill 1059, move for reconsideration.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. House Bill 1059 will be reconsidered. Mr. Majors, please read the title of House Bill 1059.
House Bill 1059 by Representative Garnett and Senator Guzman concerning the Board of Directors of the Denver Health and Hospital Authority.
Senator Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1059 on third reading and complete final passage, and ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion?
Oh, there's.
Does she now have to request it again? Senator Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request to be a 17C on this bill.
Senator Aguilar will be a 17C. Is there further discussion, again, on House Bill 1059 again? Anyone? Are there any no votes? Again. Senator Baumgardner, again. Senator Lambert, again. Senator Scott. Senator Holbert. Senator Woods. Senator Neville. Senator Marble. Senator Sonnenberg. Further no votes. With 25 ayes, 8 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, 117C, House Bill 1059 is readopted. Co-sponsors. You're already on it, Senator Crowder. Announcements. Right after a message from the House. late message from the House.
March 3rd, 2015, Mr. President, the House has passed on third reading and transmitted the advisory statutes, House Bill 1204. The House has passed on third reading and transmitted the advisory statutes, House Bill 1184 is amended, House Bill 1130 is amended. The House has passed on third reading and returns here with Senate Bill 142.
Any more announcements? Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate adjourn to 9 a.m. Wednesday, March 4th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The Senate will be adjourned until 9 a.m. Wednesday, March 4th.